great effort. With that, guys, one of the things we thought we would do this morning is open up with really the mantra of the forum, but the mantra of everyone today, and that's to make a positive difference in the community. We always say the breakfast is set up to make key contacts, establish those key contacts that lead to contracts, and ultimately success stories that we can tout. And so we're so very excited today. A success in anything means the world. But I think it's special to me right now when I think about the Texas Medical Center, the largest of its kind in the world. I mean, some of the top hospitals in MD Anderson Cancer Center, the largest cancer research center in the world. Texas Children's, not part of TMC3, but Texas Children's is the third largest pediatric care facility in the United States. So it's just a wonderful place. I think we employ as many as 100,000 people there. But we're excited because just 2 months ago, or maybe less than that, we broke ground officially with TMC3. And of course, that's a collaborative effort. We talked about University of Texas Health Science Center, Houston, Texas A&M Health Science Center, MD Anderson Cancer, UT MD Anderson Cancer Center. So along with the Texas Medical Center itself. So just, over $5.2 billion expansion of the medical center. We were talking about downtowns in the country, and I think that expansion will make the medical center the 7th largest downtown. If you were measuring it in terms of downtowns throughout the country, it'd be the 7th largest downtown. And of course, a lot of it is better than our own downtown, So with that, again, we have a success story. And I'd like to open up to give you more of a feel for what TMC3 is, the project itself, by bringing on Trent Williams, Texas Medical Center Director of Capital Projects, and he oversees TMC3 as well. So with that, Trent Williams.
Thanks, Milton. Happy to be here again this morning to see all of you. Hopefully soon we'll be able to see everybody in person. Right now, just a lot of little squares on the screen. But like I said last month, and what I wanted to reiterate about the TMC3 project is, this is a major life sciences initiative for TMC, but not only the Texas Medical Center, but also for the city of Houston. And so our CEO, Bill McKeon, has made it very clear to us and to the team that how important the minority participation in this project is. And so we're so excited that Vaughn is a part of that and is taking this as seriously as they are, and for their mentor-protege relationship that they have with Impact Stone. And then also that, TMC has committed to this by working with Hill Day and Argentina James to make sure that we're tracking and doing all the outreach that we can do in order to make sure everyone is aware of the opportunities on this project. So Milton, again, thank you so much for this opportunity this morning. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you.
Trent, thank you so much for giving us a briefing and letting us know what's going on at TMC3. The firm that we're very excited about is Impact Stone. Impact Stone is an MWBE. They're a hub, historically underutilized business firm, specializing in fabrication and installation of marble, granite, quartz on such sustainable surfaces as floors and countertops. The company this morning is represented by Veronica Reyna. She's the chief estimator, but gosh, I mean, as I've seen her out at the breakfast forums and everywhere else, she does a little bit of everything. And of course, I'm very proud because in 2013, we actually recognized Impact Stone as the up-and-coming firm of the year. So they have not disappointed us. So with that, let's hear from Veronica Reyna, Impact Stone. Veronica?
Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank Milton for the opportunity to recognize us and for the opportunity he gives everyone in the community to see the project, upcoming project. I remember when we first saw this project coming up years back, it was being pushed back. They weren't able to buy the land and they were struggling on getting this project on. And to be in this situation right now as a minority company, I mean, it gives you the push to see where else we can go. And it's just the opportunities that Vaughn has given us. You know, you get to understand how GCs want to work with minority. And I mean, we appreciate it with UT also for, you know, the mentoring that you guys give us with Vaughn. I mean, I have a lot of more words that I can be here all day. And, you know, it's a small business, it's a family owned business. And we see you guys as somebody that has really gave us the opportunity that not everybody gives to you. You know, just seeing where you started, it's a big difference. And I just hope that people don't give up on bidding, because I'm pretty sure we haven't received a bid. We haven't won a bid, and so many bids. Believe me, I've been midnight, day and night submitting bids, and it's just keep going. Don't give up on yourself, and eventually you'll be in my same situation as we are. So, I mean, I just want to thank everyone, Milton, Cynthia, for the opportunity that you guys you're always a phone call away. And, you know, that says everything, how you guys, you know, give out to the community and want to help.
Yeah.
Outstanding, Veronica. And thank you so much. I mean, this couldn't happen if you weren't you, if mom and the whole family, the daughters, dad, if you guys as a family business didn't come together as one. You continue to work hard. You're always bidding, and you're always where you need to be. Your outreach, your advocacy is like none other. So keep up the great work, and we know we'll see you again sometime soon. Thank you. Thank you. You know, but with Veronica comes other folks that really made this whole project a success, and to get her where she is. And I think back to a young lady, Cynthia Booker. Cynthia, of course, is the hub manager or hub director, coordinator for the University of Texas Systems. And I can remember back in 2008, after Hurricane Ike, when Cynthia came on board at UTMB in Galveston. She did so much work there. I mean, at both John and Jeannie Seeley hospitals. She brought a number of firms on there. We had a lot of successes. And certainly one of the major firms that did work there was Vaughn Construction. So Cynthia, I know that you were very instrumental in helping put together that mentor relationship with Vaughn and of course with Veronica and Impact Stone. So it just goes without saying, I have to have you right here in the middle of this. And also, Cynthia is one of our Minority Business Advocates of the Year. I mean, she won that award in our annual award ceremony just a few years ago. So it's just in keeping with who you are and what you've been doing. So tell us a little bit about the mentor relationship and how that works. With that, Cynthia Booker.
Thanks, Milton. Hey, I am so excited to be here today. I manage several mentor-protege relationships, but the Impact Stone relationship by far, it's like family now. The mentor-protege relationship with Impact Stone and Vaughn actually started back in 2014. I had met Impact Stone, the family, probably 4 or 5 years prior to that, and had been working with them just kind of one-on-one. But when we brought this relationship to the table and suggested that Vaughn and Impact Stone look at what they could do together, I tell you, it took off. Tom Vaughn and Rodney Moore from Vaughn have they have politiced this relationship. They are not only meeting on our formally scheduled meeting times, they are actually building a relationship like I would love to see so many small businesses build. I mean, they are a true mentor. They have gone, I won't say beyond the call of duty, but they have done more than any of the other mentors that we established relationships with. As Milton mentioned, my relationship started with Vaughn back in about 2010 during the Hurricane Ike recovery work. And I've worked with them not only at UTMB in Galveston, but also in projects in San Antonio. And currently I'm working with them down in the Valley at UTRGV. But Vaughn's relationship with UT System spans very far across Texas. I believe of our 14 institutions, Vaughn has probably worked at every campus that we have noted under the UT System umbrella. So it's been a great relationship. I don't care whether I am working in the Valley, San Antonio, here in the city. The culture of the company comes into play. We don't have to start from scratch talking about minority participation. It is a part of the company culture. The teams know what's necessary and it's understood. Hub and inclusion is not an afterthought. We're at the table from the get-go, from the signing of the contract. We are onboarding and we're getting to know each other. And I'm just happy to say that they are a consistent company that consistently meets or exceeds the Hub goal. I mean, I just can't say enough about Tom and Mike Vaughn and the team for Vaughn Construction. So Milton, with that said, I could go on all day, just like Veronica said that she could. I'm just proud of the relationship with Impact Stone. And I'm very proud of my relationship with Tom. He has just been a great owner to work with. Thank you.
Outstanding, Cynthia, and thank you for your efforts in bringing people together. I mean, that's what it's all about. So we thank you for that. That's who you are. And I think what a segue into Vaughn Construction, and certainly Tom. Always excited to have Tom here. I mean, really excited. Vaughn is a company that we recognized, I guess maybe a couple of times when we talk about the majority construction firm of the year. We have that at our normal annual award ceremony. So they've won that award a couple of times over the last 20 plus years. A lot of work that they did back when Cynthia, when we did the ambulatory facility for UTMD Anderson. So working with Hopeton Hay and the group. So in fact, Hopeton and I actually presented Tom, the group, the last award. So very, very excited about what Vaughn has done in the medical fields and more. Certainly we're going to be hearing from U of H, University of Houston, here in a little bit. And of course, the work that they're doing in building our new medical school at U of H. So they've got an affinity for medical, but they do a little bit of everything. So with that, I'd like to introduce CEO Tom Vaughn, Vaughn Construction. Tom?
Good morning. I appreciate you guys having me today. We're really proud of Impact Stone. I'm going to start with them. Actually, they were introduced to us a long time ago by another one of our proteges who had been through the UT MD Anderson Mental Project Program. And then after we got a chance to meet the family, and they're truly a family business, and saw the core values, the hard work, the desire to improve. And when Cynthia approached us about having a mentor protege with Impact Stone, it was a no-brainer. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, they have really grown over the last 7 years. We've watched their bonding capacity increase tremendously. They've got a beautiful new office fabrication shop, and it's been a win-win. I mean, I know they've grown a lot, but they've become a very reliable sub to us, and they not only perform in the field, but they're a go-to sub to help us with budgets on our pre-con side. And switching to the TMC3 project, I'm happy to report Impact Stone received not one but 2 contracts on that project, pushing $700,000. So, congratulations to them. TMC3 is off and running. We got notice to proceed in December. Our foot's on the gas. The hub numbers so far, almost 26% and growing. We have two other opportunities that are still coming. In the third quarter of this year, we've got the low voltage systems out to bid, VAS, data security, AV, 3 different packages, a little over $3 million between all the packages. And then the big part of that, the fourth quarter of 2001, we've got the build out of what we call the collaborative building still to come. So that'll be out in the fourth quarter of 2001. That's an $18 million opportunity. Like Milton said, the medical center is the largest in the world, and in our mind, the best in the world. We've got world-class healthcare providers. We've got world-class research. We've got cutting-edge research, but we've always been behind in converting the research to commercial product. And TMC3 is going to change that. And it's going to be a huge win for the city of Houston. It's going to be the huge win for the entire community. And we're going to make sure the entire community gets to benefit and participate in building this facility. So we're honored to be the CM on the project, and we're going to make it a success. So thank you.
Tom, outstanding. Thank you so much, man. You continue to work very hard. You've been doing it as long as I've known you, as long as I've known about Vaughn. I know we can count on you. We just heard from Trent as well. Trent being the director of capital projects there. And Trent mentioned Argentina James and Hilde. So, a nice collaborative effort there with Argentina being the outreach coordinator for TMC3. So I think in closing and kind of wrapping up the success story, it's and certainly having Tom here is what's our approach going forward. We just had Argentina and Trent just 2 months ago on the program. So Argentina, any updates, please?
You're muted.
That'll help. First of all, Milton, thank you for including Hilde in this collaborative discussion, and congratulations, Veronica. I've known your family and what it means to you in terms of a family company and the work that you're doing. And Cynthia, you're just, a major trailblazer out there making things happen for small businesses like myself. Hilde's role on this project with TMC3, and let me say, Tom, thank you and your company for always trying to include minority and women-owned businesses to do work in a capacity that they're capable, and mentoring them to ensure that they're successful. And so for the TMC3 collaborative effort, Hilde is the owner's rep for ensuring that the hub participation is met. And what I can say, Tom, day one, your team came to us and sat down and said, okay, here's how we're going to meet this. Here are the things that we're doing to make sure that our GMP demonstrates and tracks. So you are very much doing and saying what you believe in and acting in that capacity. So I just say kudos to you for doing that. And as you mentioned, there are some projects that are coming up in the third and fourth quarter in terms of the outreach, and we will be working in tandem with Vaughn to help ensure that we figure out a way to make sure that all hubs are aware of the projects and how they can be involved. And so we look forward to working with the total team to make sure that Houston has the best minority and women-owned businesses and small businesses that are having opportunities, and especially in the hub space. So again, congratulations, Veronica. I am so proud of you and your family. And again, Cynthia, kudos. I just want to grow up and be like you.
Keep on there. Yeah, Argentina, I want to thank you for those great words, and of course, the entire team. I did want to ask, I had a question for Argentina. We can bring Argentina. Argentina, and I'm asking you to wear, I wouldn't normally do this because this is such a great piece. You know, again, success is what it's all about. I mean, we can work hard, we can give out information, we can put people together, but if we're not getting deals done, we're still falling short. And I know that at TMC3 with you and Vaughn and folks, you know, like our group here in Impact Stone, we're getting things done. I mean, I'm so happy. But at the same time, I just became aware of another project that you may know a little bit about. So I'm going to tap into you and have you just switch hats just for a minute. Because what I always say is opportunities are here today and gone tomorrow. So by the time we have the next breakfast, it will be April 27th. And so with that, I know that there's some things going on out at Bush Airport with our FIS building there. And so if you could just quickly share just a little bit of information on FIS just to keep people up to date. Argentina.
Absolutely. First of all, Hilda is blessed to work with Hensel Phelps on the FIS project, and there are some packages that are going to be coming out, demolition packages, drywall and related, and they're up and coming, and we're going to be pushing that out in the next week or so. It is an opportunity for some of our local people to truly work in a capacity on a project at the Intercontinental Airport. And Milton, you're correct in saying making the connection. And what I will do is in the chat, I will put the link to the website. Hilda created a micro website for the project that allows for you to stay on top of where the project is, package opportunities, so that you all can at least plan. And as a small business, we need to be able to plan just like the big boys. We need to plan our quarters out and how we're going to be making our money and who to connect with. So we're going to put that in the chat so that you can go to that site and make sure that you are plugged in to the upcoming packages. And like I said, the upcoming ones are demolition, drywall related, painting and wall covering, HVAC and plumbing, electrical and landscaping and irrigation. Now I know just in working with the MWBEs and the hubs that we have a lot of businesses in those categories with the capability and the NAICS codes to respond. So we're going to be working with you guys and Hensel Phelps. They too are committed to ensuring that they exceed meet and exceed the goal, and really began mentoring and working with minority and women-owned businesses. So I want to again thank you, Milton, for allowing us to change hats. We're working on multiple projects with companies where we're connecting. Hilda is connecting and serving in the capacity for the prime or for the owner to connect businesses with opportunities and monitor those businesses to ensure that they're getting their fair share. in the project. So thank you for that. And before I leave, I never want to leave the moment to tip my hat to Sharonda with Metro, because Hill Day wouldn't be what we are today if Metro hadn't certified us early on. First one. Thank you, Sharonda. Love you.
That's so cool.
Way to
Thank
go.
you.
Way to go, Sharonda. And of course, and thank you so much, Argentina. We're going to be hearing from Sharonda in just a bit. So thanks so much for that shout out to her. And of course, again, I wanted to thank Trent, certainly Veronica, Tom, for all of the great work. I know we got a lot more to do. So thank you so much for the effort, man. It means a lot.
And Milton, let me just say this real quick.
Yes.
Hill Day learned about the opportunity because we've been tracking it and attending the breakfasts. We learned about the TMC project and we were tracking it. And so we're kind of a success story in itself as well, in that we learned about it through your venue and we've been tracking it and staying on top of it. So thank you for doing what you do.
Well, thank you guys, and thank you so much. And we plan to keep doing it. And we got another 30 years ahead, so we'll keep doing it. Thank you guys, all of you. We appreciate you, and we support you in any way. Great. And guys, getting back to that little round the room that we used to do at the forum, where we gave everybody a chance, because again, as we have this great success story and very motivating, I think that'll probably motivate some of the people that we're going to be hearing from now. But we're sort of duplicating or replicating the around the room with me with the mic. We're going to try to do that right now. This is one of our first times doing it in this manner, since the pandemic, of course. But as we used to do and continue to do here, is recognize Houston Community College System as one of as really our main lead host for the forum over the years. 20 years they've actually hosted the forum physically. And so I think with that, I can't do enough but to then introduce them in the person of Veronica Douglas. Of course, Veronica is the manager of the Small Business Development Program at HCC, and she always brings information and real opportunities. So with that, Veronica Douglas.
Thank you, Milton, and thank you again for this opportunity. We're so happy to be here. Like Milton said, we have partnered with him for over 20 years. He started out in our administration building, and it's an opportunity for us to get to know you guys better. I bring my own success story through this breakfast. Probably about a year ago, Milton introduced to me a man named Mohammed Dawoodi, and he is the owner of Synthetic Corp. Well, about 3 weeks ago, Synthetic Corp started reaching out to me because he has a doctor on his staff. And through the relationship that was built through this breakfast, he was able to successfully vaccinate 100 individuals, that's HCC students, staff, faculty, and community members coming onto our campus to do that. Now, that was a part one of an even greater project, but these relationships that we build are very meaningful. We were able to vaccinate so many individuals in the community just by a relationship that was started here today. So I wanted to make a point to say that, and thanks again, Milton, and thanks to everybody that participates in this, because this is probably the most beneficial breakfast that I have ever participated in, because we meet so many people.
Yay.
With that, all right, Sharonda. So with that being said, I do want to say that also when we get back face to face, or even before then, you'll probably meet Deborah Aaron. She's the new purchasing assistant in our office. Deborah's going to be representing the small business program, so please welcome her like you always welcomed me. She's more than excited to meet you guys. Recently, we had our expo. I know many of you participated in it. I hope it was beneficial to you. We are looking to do something like that again. Hopefully we will be face to face. We closed out a presentation last week on delivering dynamic presentations. The reason why we decided that that was a topic of interest is because we have seen that many of our small businesses are getting in front of the decision makers at some of these entities, and they're not prepared to speak. And the background is not looking right. They're not prepared. They don't know how to use the camera. So those are the types of free webinars that we're putting on now. Keep your eyes open. We're putting a survey out. We want to know what other topics you need to know about that'll help you build your business. So I don't want to take too much time without talking about the current opportunities that we have on our website, as well as just a few upcoming opportunities. Right now, if you go to the HCC website, that's hccs.edu/procurement, we have an RFP that's closing today. It's an RFP for Cisco maintenance and support. We have an RFP that is closing on April 1st. It's for process mapping and communication development consulting services. We have an RFQ that's closing April 6th. That's for facilities programming services. And then April 30th, we have an invitation for bid closing, and that's for culinary arts interior shell build out. Those projects are on our website. I have a few upcoming projects. In order to receive information about these upcoming projects, please register as a vendor on our website and select the appropriate commodity code. So quickly, we have building envelope consulting and commissioning services, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems commissioning services, HVAC test and balancing services, construction audit services, waste and recycle services, asbestos abatement, mold remediation, and hazardous waste materials, and food services system-wide. So if those are of interest to you, please reach out to me or my office or register as a vendor. We'd love to have your participation. And thank you again. Thanks, Milton, for the opportunity.
Outstanding, Veronica, as always. And certainly Veronica represents in HCC, the largest community college system in the country. I mean, they have, I think, 14 campuses across the area. So we thank you. I mean, 20 years, it's been a great 20 years for us at HCC. Next, I'm very excited. I see in our queue, I see Deidre Barrett. Deidre is the Director of Marketing, Diversity, and Equity Inclusion for Block Companies. And Deidre, I know you've got several projects. I mean, we're working on, well, I'll let you tell us about Galveston, but as well, very much excited for the Caroline project. That's a joint city and county, Harris County project at Caroline in near downtown. So that's exciting. I know we just had our pre-bid conference on Friday, but it wasn't mandatory as I saw it. So there's still opportunities to be had. So with that, Deidre Barrett, Block Companies.
Thank you so much, Milton, for inviting Block Companies here today. We are very excited about the upcoming projects that we have right here in Houston, and we also want to make you aware of some projects that are down the road. But first, I would like to say a special thank you to Milton. Milton has been a continuous supporter of Block Companies, and on behalf of the partners at Block and the Block team, we say thank you for the support that you have given us. We like to also say that the Block team is building success. We are a multifamily builder, and we are very, very proud to be a catalyst for affordable housing, growing and impacting affordable housing right here in Houston. These projects, particularly the apartments on Caroline, the development partner is NHP Foundation, and these are projects, as Milton said, that are with the City of Houston, as well as Harris County. We are currently bidding the apartments on Caroline. The address is 3300 Caroline, right in Midtown Houston. And we want to give you some little updates, quick updates on this project. This project will include the demolition of 3 buildings. There will be 3 buildings that will be constructed, 4 stories on a residential wing with a courtyard in the center, and there's also parking. The project is currently under bid. The bid deadline for the apartments on Caroline is 11 a.m. on April 27, and the construction starts in the summer of this summer. The next project that we want to make you aware of right here in Houston is the Temenos project. And the advertising will start on that project in mid-April. Bid deadline will come in late May, and the construction will start midsummer. The Temenos project is also City of Houston, Harris County, and NHP Foundation is the developer. Milton mentioned the Oleanders project that will be closing out very soon. This is a 5-city block project, the Oleanders at Broadway, right across the way right off of Broadway in Galveston. This will be a project, a 2-year, 26-month project, and as I said, 5-city blocks. So we are very proud, Block is very proud to impact affordable housing in the Galveston area. And we'd also like to announce today that we have extended the bid on the Cowan Place project. That is a project that we are working on in Fort Worth in the Stop 6 community. So again, Block, our mantra is that we build success one relationship at a time. And we want to thank Milton for your support, your continued support. Any questions about the project, please reach out to me at dbarrett@Block Companies, and I will put you in contact with our estimating team so that you can find out more about the plans and the details for these projects. Thank you, Milton.
Great, Deidre, and thank you so much. I mean, these are exciting projects. I know Oleander in Galveston. I mean, that was 60 million, I think it was, and I know there's still a few pieces there, but certainly Caroline is going to be something that we don't want to miss. Okay, so we got to stay on top of that project. Thank you so much. And what a segue! What a nice segue to Karen Franklin. Karen is just a year, 2 years ago removed from our Minority Business Advocate of the Year. You know, we talked about Cynthia Booker just a little bit ago, but Karen Franklin here again, another Minority Business Advocate of the Year. And of course Veronica. We just heard from Veronica Douglas, another Minority Business Advocate of the Year. So these are people that are bringing opportunities, but they're connecting people, making business happen, turning contacts into contracts, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So we appreciate all of them, but multifamily kind of rolls right into the City of Houston and City of Houston Housing and Community Development. And again, we have Karen Franklin with us. So Karen, tell us about what's going on with the City of Houston Housing and Community Development.
Thank you, Milton. Good morning. And by the time I conclude my remarks, it'll be good afternoon. I bring you today greetings on behalf of Mayor Sylvester Turner, our Director, Tom McCaslin, and the entire City of Houston champions. So much today has been talked about, and we collectively, public and private, my colleagues that are here before you, we are here bringing forth and driving and building a more equitable city. And that only can happen and start with each of you. It has been well said, this platform, this breakfast is the best form that we collectively come together as an incubator so that you can make those contacts, as it's been said, and I'm reiterating, turns into contracts. So it's an exciting time, and we realize it's a lot in front of you. But on behalf of the City of Houston Housing and Community Development, we are a champion of affordable housing and of economic and community development. Many of you know we drive entitlement funds as well as the disaster dollars. And this is on the federal side. But within that platform, our key priorities for funding is to provide services for low to moderate low income Houstonians that fall under affordable housing, as mentioned, supportive services, public improvements, and infrastructure, including the arm of economic development. So today we're excited to make sure you know in terms of our approved funding. Milton talked earlier, or moments ago, about multifamily. That current commitment is $40 million for our multifamily projects. We transition to that and talk about and highlight our single family, both under the single family new home development program. The approved funding is $15 million. And then for single family alone is $14 million. In retrospect, we also have our public and private facilities, but there's so much underway that will involve all of the next codes that's on this call, on this webinar, on this afternoon. So you are needed. But wrapping that all up, bear in mind, certifications has its privileges and it accelerates opportunities. So first, always recognize, in order to do business with the city of Houston, you do not have to be certified, but you are encouraged, as I referenced, speak on that today, is consider becoming minority women small business certified and or Section 3 certification, which is a federal certification. We'll make sure that our information is placed. I'll make sure our information is placed in the chat, but you want to not get discouraged in the midst of so much that is in front of you. For those that become Section 3 certified, another amazing benefit, you don't have to go look for these opportunities. We send these opportunities right into your inbox. So keep in mind, stay persistent as it has been encouraged, while staying positive as you prepare yourself. But more importantly, continue to persevere and push through so that we can know who you are and we can build relationships on the many opportunities that are available. Thank you, Milton, and thank you for having us.
Outstanding, Karen, and thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do. Next, and another great segue. Boy, I tell you, this is why this piece is so special and why I enjoy it. You know, Karen just mentioned about certifications. Well, we do need to be Section 3. We do need to be MWBE. We don't have to be, but it just helps. It facilitates. Okay. So joining us this morning is Dr. Portia Jackson. Portia has been, if you remember, at the breakfasts, at the forums, she's always been there to talk about certification. And of course, she has a workshop. I think now, Portia, you're doing it every other Tuesday, and there's a link to that. But tell us a little bit more about the City of Houston Office of Business Opportunity and all the great work that you guys are doing. And not just certification for the city, but from a reciprocity standpoint with the state of Texas, hub, as we have a lot of firms that will be doing business with TMC in that group, the UT systems, A&Ms, MD Anderson. So tell us a little bit about that. Of course, DBE is important from a highway standpoint and other federal projects. So with that, Dr. Portia Jackson, City of Houston, Office of Business Opportunity, Business Development Manager. Portia.
Thank you, Milton. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be here and I'm glad you all are attending. As it was said before, the City of Houston's Office of Business Opportunity, we are the certifying agency for the City of Houston. And so we certify in 6 areas for minority, woman-owned, small business, persons with disabilities, disadvantage, and also airport concessions disadvantaged business enterprise. I have dropped in the chat feature where you can go to apply for our certifications. When you apply for our certifications, we highly recommend that you attend our pre-certification workshops because that will go through the application process. We found that when you go to that workshop, you have less problems with getting the certification. They will walk you through how to complete that application. And we do those now virtually every first and third Tuesday of the month at 2 p.m. And in the chat, you'll see the link where you could go and register for those workshops. I've also dropped my information, my email address. So if you have any additional questions for that, I'm happy to guide you. As well as when you apply for a certification, we can also submit your information so that you can become historically underutilized business hub certified to work on all of the state projects that you just heard about a little bit earlier. And as well as with our certification, you are put into a directory, a listing. So when folks are looking for certified firms, they can go to our directory and look you up. So again, we're here with the certification. If you have any questions about that, remember certification is your door, your entry into working on these multi-million-dollar contracts that you've been hearing about and everyone's been talking about being certified. And so I would encourage you to get certified with the City of Houston and attend those pre-certification workshops. And any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and all that information is in the chat. Thank you, Milton.
Portia, thank you so much. And thank you for providing the link, guys. The link is in the chat box. So please attend those certifications virtually now. But most important, a lot of these diversity coordinators that you're seeing and you're meeting, they're looking to make numbers. And they can't make those numbers if you're not certified. So it's everybody coming together to make it work. Okay, so certifications are very, very important. And with that, we're excited today to have with us Jeanette Boulware. Jeanette has joined us. Jeanette, of course, is the Small Business Coordinator, Design and Construction for Fort Bend Independent School District. Fort Bend is doing some great things today. And Jeanette, I know that I think even tomorrow, usually we always had a time during the breakfasts that I'd have the breakfast Tuesday and then you'd have your event on Wednesday. So it just so happens it fell right in order. And I think you have a special event tomorrow. So with that, Jeanette Boulware, Fort Bend Independent School District. Jeanette.
Thank you so much, Milton, and good afternoon, everyone. I want to start off by sharing some numbers with you all. In our construction, our board has approved $524.6 million in contracts. And of that, $136.3 million has been allotted to small businesses such as yourselves. And we have been paid
is now exiting
$74.6 million to small business such as yourselves to date. I'm always excited about those big numbers. We're at a 26% goal. On tomorrow, as Milton mentioned, we're having our vendor virtual workshop. You can go to www.fortbendisc.com/S as in Sam, B as in boy, E as in Eric, P as in Paul. All of the information is there on our webpage, as well as the Zoom link. You can register there. Hopefully we'll see you all because we have a lot of projects to share with you all. Not only us, but our partners as well will be speaking with you about the projects that they have that are available. For our guests, we're going to have Joe Blythe, who handles bonding and insurance. He's going to talk to us about that, and it's critical that all of our businesses be insured. Our Director of Risk Management will be a part of this workshop as well. And then everybody knows Michelle Levi. She's going to talk to us about successful business strategies. We'll have a representative from the United States Small Business Administration. And then we're going to have some guests that's going to talk to you about quality proposals, Julie and Susan. They're going to talk to you about that. And of course, Metro and the City of Houston, Monique and Dr. Portia, I call her Dr. P, will be there as well. And we have a financial institution that's interested in helping small businesses. So you don't want to miss this event on tomorrow, March 31st at 2 p.m. And to top it all off, we'll have Edge Radio TV with Dr. Kiva Davis and Robin Boykin. So, and we're going to ask all the businesses, how you living? We want you to get a slice of pie. So come see us on tomorrow. Thank you, Milton.
Jeanette, thank you so much. Always a wealth of information and opportunities. And guys, we need to be on that call. I will be on the call tomorrow with Jeanette for Fort Bend ISD. Very, very important and so many opportunities. Thank you, Jeanette. And thank you for being our Minority Business Advocate of the Year. Just, 2 years removed? So we appreciate you and keep up the great work. Next, we have joining us Rob Monk. Rob is the MWSBE Coordinator, Compliance Manager for the Northeast Water Purification Plant. That's the plant expansion. Just a great project. It's $1.765 billion. It's one that we started I guess maybe a year and a half ago, but now, of course, it's scheduled to be completed in 2024. It's going to expand the plant's capabilities from 80 million gallons purification per day to 320 million gallons per day. Man, that is unbelievable. And when I think about, just recently, Hurricane Harvey and other storm events where we struggle with pure, clean water, where we can't drink water out of the tap, then here comes this project at Lake Houston that really amplifies the opportunity to have clean water during catastrophe. So with that, Rob Monk, Houston Waterworks Team, JV. Thank you, Rob.
I appreciate it, Milton. The energy that everybody has about construction going on and the activities around the city is great. Our project next month, we will hit 4 million person hours without a lost time incident. We've been in the field constructing this plant since January of 2018. We've got all of our major contracts underway, but as we're starting to wrap up and get some portions finished, we need to add some other contracts. So we've got 4 new ones that we're looking to put out on the street as either hard bid or competitive sealed proposals. The first 2 would be an 8-inch force main that runs 2 miles from the plant to a lift station to tie in and take the sanitary sewer water away from the facility. We've got a second tunnel that needs to go under West Lake Houston Parkway. That's a 108-inch pipe that'll be bringing the water from Lake Houston to the new expansion plant. We've got the roads and sidewalks that'll be needing to be installed. At the moment, we've got mud paths and dirt tracks running around this 90-acre site, but we're needing to once the the water starts to be produced, we need to be able to have concrete roads. So we've got 90 acres of road work to be done, and then as the different facilities get finished up, you also need to have final grading, landscaping, irrigation, and seeding of the area so that we have an attractive facility. With that, I just want to piggyback on what has been said previously with regard to certifications. Those 4 projects that I just listed, they're either got participation goals for minority women or small businesses at 15% or 20%, depending upon the level of complexity with those. So I will post on the chat how to contact us. We need people to enroll on our homepage. That's www.newppexpansion.com, and I'll be passing the folks that are interested along to the folks that are putting the proposals and bids together. Thanks again, Milton, for this opportunity, and hope everyone has a great rest of the afternoon.
Outstanding, Rob, as always, and thank you for those opportunities, man. I mean, that's through 2024. So we've got another 3-4 years of opportunities here, and it's so very important. I mean, that's as well. The City of Houston Public Works is involved in that, so very excited about that project. One of the other companies I see here that's represented is Indria Hollingsworth from J.E. Dunn, and of course J.E. Dunn has done a number of projects. Of course, I think about the Barbara Bush Library downtown most recently, but work at Bush Airport, and of course just coming off of their minority education. I think it was a 6-8 week course where they provided great information and business to a number of minority firms. So I thought that went really well. So with that, Indria Hollingsworth. Indria is the Diversity and Inclusion Manager for the South Central region.
Is now joining.
Indria, do we have you on the call? This is the operator.
I see where Indria had to leave us. She very well may rejoin the meeting, but certainly we'll be hearing from her. She's always at the forums, and she's handling both Dallas and Houston, so she's probably running back and forth. But we really appreciate her efforts. Next, I see in the queue joining us is Monica Campana. Monica is the Director of Supply Diversity for Lone Star College. And of course, Lone Star, I think now has exceeded over 100,000 students, And I think, you know, we talked about HCC being the largest community college system, but Lone Star is not very far behind. I think maybe 4th or 5th in the nation. And Monica has done a fabulous job since being there at Lone Star, and we really appreciate it. So with that, Monica Campana, Lone Star College, Lone Star.
Is now exiting.
Okay, Monica should be joining us hopefully soon. I know I did see her in the queue, so we hope to have her back pretty soon. With that, we're fortunate today, and I think you heard her name called a couple of times, and that is Sharonda Murray. Sharonda is the External Relations Procurement Officer for Metro, the Metropolitan Transit Authority. And again, so much going on with Metro Next, $7.65 billion expansion, and that's over the next 10 to 20 years. So we got a lot of work coming on from Metro, along with all the great work that she's doing with Metro University. So with that, Sharonda Murray, Metro.
All right. Hi, everybody. It's good to see all of our partners, and I love this platform. It's like we're in person again. So good seeing each of you. Milton, always great. Thank you for having Metro to be a part of your awesome program. I am Sharonda Murray, as Milton stated, and let me just get quickly into saying we have opportunities for our small businesses. Right now, today, Milton said we had that $7.5 billion project. Is spread over across 10 to 20 years. But listen, right today, we're having projects online right now. We have an A&E Boost project that's connected to our Metro Next project that's right up online today. And so it's a solicitation, active solicitation. So I want to encourage you. I put our website in the queue, and so please take advantage of that. Click on that and you can see the opportunities we have today. We have a SAP opportunity with the 20% small business goal. We have that A&E service boost contract, and that's a 35% small business goal. And then if there are any couriers out there today, we have a 35% small business courier opportunity right today. So please, y'all, tap into that. Send these opportunities out to our partners. And we, because when Metro say we really want to do business with small businesses, we do. For an example, I love Argentina. And thank you for always giving me shout outs. Right now, we have a project that she is one of our small businesses. Argentina James is one of our small businesses on our Metro Next project entitled the Program Management Consulting Project. She has a piece of that pie, and so we get excited every time we know that we have opportunities that we can say, hey, we have a success story, not just talking the talk, but we walk the walk. So again, we have opportunities. We have a workshop even tomorrow, how to do business with our human resource department. We will actually have our Director of Human Resources. We will have our Deputy Chief of Procurement, Deputy Chief of Human Resources on as well. Deputy Officer, you know, she got a new title. They used to be called presidents, but different title. But Karen Cochran will be on. Every director of our HR department will be available to share the opportunities that's coming down the pipe. So if anybody's in HR and want to know if there's staffing opportunities, if there's drug and alcohol, whatever it is, we have that. We have them available to talk to you tomorrow. So with that said, again, just tap into our website, and I put my phone number on for anyone. So thanks again, Milton, and again, partners, you rock. Good to see you.
Man, I can't say enough. I mean, Sharonda has been. Well, I don't want to call her a cheerleader, but she just keeps everybody alive. The energy, the enthusiasm. Is just unparalleled. And Sharonda, I want to thank you. Thank you so much. And so many opportunities with Metro for the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So we can't ask for any more. And also, you know, and I didn't mention it, but again, Rob Monk, who you just heard from Northeast Water, another Minority Business Advocate of the Year. So just, I mean, the people that you're seeing today, guys, are our best. Anytime, I don't care where we go, where I go in the country, people want to know how we doing it in Houston. And it's because of the people that you've seen and the people that you continue to meet. So with that, I'd like to move to Tiffany McCullough. I see Tiffany in the queue. Tiffany is the Regional Vendor Diversity Manager for Skanska USA Building Inc. Skanska actually built our parking garage that's right next to HCC. So that's the West Loop campus where we normally host the breakfast. That's a 3-story garage. They provided a number of opportunities to some of our minority firms. I always think about Roger Pombrol as we keep things going. Roger Pombrol, president of Emerald Standard Electrical, actually did a significant piece of that electrical work in the garage. Of course, that's a night campus, so the electrical work was extremely, extremely important. So with that, Tiffany McCullough, and Tiffany, I know you've got tell us about that project in near Discovery Green. I'm really interested in that project as well. So with that, Tiffany McCullough.
Thank you so much, Milton. So I'm really excited about our Discovery Green project. I think it goes in line with the title of this event, Hot Off the Press. So, Milton is always making connections, so you can tell everybody that you heard about it here first, right? Many people don't know that Skanska actually does commercial development in addition to our other construction projects. So we have a development going up called 1550 on the Green. It's located at 1550 Lamar Street, adjacent to Discovery Green. It's going to be a 28-story office building with a 214,000 square foot garage, 454,000 square foot of office space. And those first scopes are scheduled to be released next week. So now is the perfect time. If you have not already been pre-qualified with us, I'll pass on the information to Milton to get pre-qualified. I think, he's been running the slide deck from Skanska that's had that link for several months. So I hope you all have been paying attention and you're on our list. But the scopes that'll be coming out next week are site utilities, dewatering, earthwork, and drilled piers. If you do not provide those scopes, we have another set of packages that will be coming out in early May. So you still have time to get pre-qualified. In addition to 1550 on the Green, Skanska has also rolled out our supplier portal. So that's a method for non-subcontractor vendors to register with us. So that's catering services, promotional supplies, office supplies, those vendors and suppliers that will work with us outside of a construction project. So, I look forward to connecting with you all. If you have any questions, I'll also drop my information in the chat and also share it in a PowerPoint slide deck for you all. And if you're interested in work in the Dallas market, we also have a higher ed project that is over $300 million that's going on for the next 4 years. If you're interested in that, please reach out to me as well. Thanks, Milton. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Tiffany, outstanding, man. We're looking forward to all those projects, and certainly the one that you mentioned is the Harris County Toll Road, and that's in our announcement section. And I think as many of our advocates have talked about, is we need to keep up with all of these projects, and certainly keeping up with your bonding, your work in process, so that you can make way, make time, make ready, make personnel, staffing decisions and all, as it relates to all of this work, because a lot of it is coming together at the same time. So we just got to match our capacity. Okay, this is very important time. Okay.
And Milton, one more thing I wanted to add,
yes,
for that 1550 on the Green.
Yes.
That's not a project that we were given a goal. That's just part of our culture. We decided to establish, D&I initiatives for that project because Skanska actually owns that project. And the certifications were pretty open since it's not client driven. So of course, I heard Dr. Porsche on the call earlier. We're taking City of Houston, Texas Hub, MSDC certification, Women's Business Enterprise Alliance. So all of those certifications will qualify.
Great information, Tiffany. And guys, please keep up with that. And I like what she's saying in that, it's not something that they have to do, but it just makes sense to bring on capable minority firms. She mentioned the various certifications that are acceptable. So, I mean, getting back to Portia, Dr. Jackson, so let's make sure we do business with Skanska. This is very, very important and a great opportunity. With that, man, we've got some universities. How neat. Texas Southern University is with us. And I think I did see Kirsten Rhodes. She's a senior buyer and hub coordinator at Texas Southern. I just went through the campus. I had an opportunity to go through the campus just last week. And every time I go through, I don't recognize the campus. I mean, there's so many new things going on. But one thing that really excited me was the Learning Library Center. And that's the first library that we built at Texas Southern since 1957. And boy, it's just a beautiful, beautiful facility. And so very, very excited about that. You know, and again, we had several firms, our MBEs involved. I know that we were fortunate there. That was Turner Construction that did the work there. And Argentina, I remember you doing a initial meeting and being involved with that project, the Learning Library Center with Turner. And so again, great thing we did there. So we just keep up the great work. So with that, Kirsten Rhodes, Texas Southern University.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Good morning, everyone. Milton, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here today. And to my peers that are on this call, I also appreciate the chance to get to see you again because it's been a long time. Just to give a brief overview of what Texas Southern University has coming down the pipeline, we have several opportunities. But first, let me say that last year, we did a little bit over $15 million with historically underutilized or disadvantaged small businesses. And so the opportunities are there. As you know, with a state entity, you have to have patience. And that is something that I implore all of you to have, is just patience with Texas Southern, because thus far, this fiscal year, we've done over $300,000 in business with small businesses or historically underutilized businesses. The projects that we have coming down the pipeline are, we currently have organizational change management. That's going to be due April the 5th. So if that is something that you or your colleagues or any one of your members have any kind of expertise in, please include them or urge them to go ahead and look at the Electronic State Business Daily, where they can find all of the information about this particular procurement. We have elevator maintenance, which is something that I'm currently working on. We have mold remediation, which is something that I'm currently working on. We have building automated services, which is something that I'm currently working on. We are going to be renewing the floor in the H&PE arena. So that is something that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, if not the next month. And we also have promotional items that is going to be coming up very soon. So I know that a lot of vendors that have promotional item companies always come up to me, especially when I am at the breakfast. So Texas Southern is letting you know that that bid is going to be coming out in the next couple of months. So please go to the Electronic State Business Daily and review the information so that you can properly bid on that solicitation. And again, Milton, I'm going to turn it to you. And I do appreciate you letting me have the opportunity to give a few words today.
Great, Kirsten. Just a lot going on at TSU. Very proud of the work that you guys are doing there. Of course, I graduated from Texas Southern, as well as the University of Houston. And oh, you know what? But before we do this, before we go to, I see Keith Williams from Texas A&M in the pipeline. I want to congratulate you guys and Texas Southern and the basketball team for a great run with the NCAA tournament. You guys gave Michigan a run for their money. I think that you've been the toughest team that they played thus far. And so I'm very proud of the program and how far the basketball program has come. So kudos to Texas Southern University's basketball team and the great work you guys done. Great job. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next, as I mentioned, we have Keith Williams. Keith is the Hub Coordinator, Office of Hub and Procurement Programs for the Texas A&M University system. And of course, Keith, we were working closely. I mean, we've been working with the Mays School, the Mays Business School. So I know that project is bidding. I think it's bidding today. But we've been certainly directing folks to the Mays School. That's a major project in College Station. But man, you've got so many other projects going on. I mean, you've got 11 campuses, I guess, throughout the system. So really proud of you continuing. I've been seeing a steady flow of information from you, from A&M and from the system. So keep up the great work and tell us more. Keith Williams,
All right.
Texas A&M.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keith Williams. I'm the Hub Coordinator for the Texas A&M University System. So what that comprises of, it's 11 universities, 1 health science center, and 8 state agencies. So like you've heard of the Texas Department of Emergency Management. I know they've been on the Milton's calls here in the recent past here. So we have a lot of projects going on. For instance, this afternoon at 2 o'clock, as Milton stated, the Texas A&M University Business Education Complex for the Mays School of Business, the CMAR, is closing today at 2 o'clock. We also have tomorrow closing at our Rellis campus a market analysis RFP, which is due 3/31. We also have software solution for accounting system that's due April 13th. And we have a virtual conference software solution, which is due April 7th. So a little bit about our hub numbers for FY20. We had roughly $419 million in spend, and we had $89 million spent with diverse vendors. So small women-owned hub vendors. So we are a state of Texas agency. We have we take hub certification. So we had $89 million of spend with hub suppliers. So that means a lot. So that means, like one of my colleagues said earlier, everyone can get a piece of the pie. And we've got several projects here in Houston. We've got one 1020 Holcomb, which is called the Texas A&M Innovation Plaza. It's going to be a 19-story building, and right now we have 9 floors built already with Harvey Builders. And then, of course, like Tom Vaughn and others have mentioned, Texas Medical Center 3 project. You know, we're one of the founding members for that. So there's a lot of projects going on here in Houston as well as in College Station. So like I say, everyone can get a piece of the pie. Just let me know. You can shoot me an email at soprocurement.tamus.edu, and I'll put that in the chat feature. You also can go to hub.tamus.edu, hub.tamus.edu, to see our website and all the projects that we have and how to do business with Texas A&M system. Thank you again, Milton, for all that you do for the community, and we appreciate you very much.
Keith, thank you so much. And please, as you always do, keep bringing the opportunities, man, and linking folks. It's just outstanding.
Thank you.
Certainly not last, but in alphabetical order. We're fortunate today. Maybe it just so happens that they're last, but maybe first in my mind right now with the NCAA tournament. So first of all, let me introduce from the University of Houston Systems, Dr. Linnell Clark, Director, Historical Underutilized Business Programs and Operations. So we're very, very excited, Dr. Clark, There's so much going on at U of H. I mean, we just heard earlier from Tom Vaughn, and of course they have the new medical school that you're doing at U of H, DPR, and the work they're doing at the Hilton Hotel. I mean, I know Tellefson did a lot of work at the administrative building. So great work there. Austin Commercial just finished, we did most all the dormitories at U of H, and certainly Austin Commercial on the new law school. So just a ton of work, but more importantly, go Cougs. Go Cougs. Big win last night. We've made the Final Four. That's the first time in 37 years since 1984. And we're really, really excited. And so I know you got some, I know your backboard has got to say go Cougs, right? So Dr. Linnell Clark, University of Houston System. Dr. Clark.
Well, thank you, Milton. I appreciate you. And what I wanted to share with the group is not only are we excited about in terms of what our basketball team is doing, is the fact that we have done so well in keeping our students and faculty safe, which is why my background shows mask up. And with that said, we will continue to operate via virtually for a significant period of time. And so Veronica made a very excellent point for businesses to please practice and be prepared to present virtually within a time manner. In fact, I have a targeted hub forum, whereas vendors will be presenting, they will have 10 minutes to present select vendors. And so it will be virtual. And then I have a forum coming up in June 8th. So please save that date. I will be sending out notifications about the Hub Forum that we will be hosting, and that will be with UH Maine, UH Downtown, and UH Clear Lake, as well as state agencies, local school districts, and government offices will also be participating in that. For any of our events, any of our procurements over 25,000 and above, we have several which are posted on the ESBD. And we do purchase, we have 20 some colleges, and we do purchase various items, goods and services, less than 25,000 that are purchased directly from the colleges. To come to the attention of our colleges, please register as a hub on our UH Hub database. And I will put information in the chat, but basically you just go to our website, uh.edu/hub, and there will be information regarding the Hub database. So again, thank you for your time and attention. I'll turn it back to you, Milton.
Thank you so much. And guys, you know, you hear mask up, you know, we still have to continue to protect ourselves. We're getting closer to coming together. And man, I can't wait. I miss our meetings so much. But certainly right now, you know, we gotta do what we have to do. Okay. So with that, as we do, and in closing, we try to talk a little bit about some of the projects that we have. Now, fortunately today, my job is easier because you know, the group like Deidre Barrett made it a lot easier, but just you know, a picture and a reminder, guys, on the Caroline project that's coming up near downtown, major project. So just keep note of that. Next. Certainly, you heard, we heard earlier from Argentina about Hensel Phelps. She talked about major projects that are going on at Bush at the FIS building. The FIS building is a $374 million project. And I think she did mention that we've got several packages coming up in April. If you notice there in package number 10, that says March, package number 11. So I think we have some major packages that are coming up here in this next month. So please make note of that. That's a project that Hensel Phelps is pushing. I mean, as you note, that MWB goal is 20%, 15% MBE, minority business enterprise, and 5% women business enterprise. So certainly let's keep up with FIS. Next. We just heard from Tiffany McCullough, and of course, Tiffany was talking about the Discovery Green project. So very excited again about Discovery Green. But then as well, you know, getting back to that Toll Road Authority project, we got to keep up with that. You know, that's still to come. And I know she's going to continue to give us information on the Toll Road project. Next. And I think as we kind of move away from some of the immediate announcements, we always like to highlight some of our small businesses. And of course, we started today with Impact Stone. I mean, and the great work that Impact Stone is doing, we're very proud of them at TMC3. But then we've got several other folks, you know, that have been just outstanding, and we're very excited about what they're doing. So just kind of make note of some of these companies, the work that they're doing with COVID, and of course mitigation efforts and resiliency efforts by Impact Strategic Consulting. They're doing a great job with those efforts. And of course, we mentioned earlier, I think Veronica Douglas mentioned about testing and vaccinations. But so we've got East Houston Hospital Clinic that's been doing not just testing and emergency testing, but as well now vaccinations as appropriate, age appropriate, and of course whether you're whether you're essential or not. So we should definitely contact Ruben Shaw. His phone number is listed. Next we have National Urban Construction, and National Urban has done work. I know they were doing cleanup, fogging, and certainly interior build-out work at Prairie View, at the University of Houston off-campus housing. That's a really, really good, solid firm. They've been in business for a number of years. We're really proud of the work that they've been doing. Next. Navarro Insurance. Navarro has been in existence for, I think, nearly between 20 and 25 years, providing medical, life, accident, dental, disability, vision, long-term care, 401k, travel, voluntary products, and of course, Sam Pineda, not only working for Navarro, but just has been a pillar in our community and trying to connect people, as we keep talking today, connect, bring people together, contacts that lead to contracts. And so Sam has done that over many years, and we thank him, and we certainly thank Navarro Insurance Group for their efforts. Sunshine Personnel, Maribel Rodriguez, another person that has just done a fabulous job of bringing people together. She provides staffing. And Maribel, of course, I know has been on the line, and we see her capability statement. She's OSHA certified, and certainly all of her hub certifications. We're very excited about the work that Maribel is doing. And NAMAC, we heard from Abel earlier. NAMAC has been a great strategic partner with a lot of vision to bring major contractors, construction contractors together with their group, which is a strong group of minority contractors, okay, in a diverse area. So we thank NAMAC for all the great work that they're doing today. And as always, we have just a little theme. It's just to kind of keep us going, both educational and sort of to keep us inspired because things are starting to come together. People are meeting. You know, we got to take our time. We got to be prudent in our decisions, but things are changing a little bit, and it looks like we're getting closer every day to coming together. So I noticed the Red Cross has given us an update on protecting yourself from COVID-19. So we appreciate always their updates and encouragement. So Red Cross has been a very great strategic partner of ours over the years. So we thank them so much for that. And then in closing, you can see some of our strategic partners, both in name and in their logos. Of course, we could not be here without our strategic partners and their support and their participation. They bring opportunities, and we cannot ask for any more. And with that, I'd like to close, certainly mention that our next forum is scheduled for Tuesday, April 27th. I did hear that we did not have very many questions I don't think much of any questions in the queue. But we will, should we get questions, we will be getting back to those and certainly getting those answers. If we can't answer them, we'll work with our strategic partners to get those answers that you want. And so we'll do that as well. We want to thank, Aaron and Brock, MCA Communications. This is a different approach. And I think you would agree, and I feel like it was pretty successful. We'll be doing this again in the coming months, where we bring some of the strategic partners. And while we still may have a theme, whether it's doing business with the city or Harris County or the federal government, you know, as we've done, but then again, opportunities are ongoing. So we need to continue to hear from these same people that we heard today. So that was the advantage of being when we were together all in one place, is that we could do both. And I think now we looked at it and we can. So we thank the folks to, you know, great success story. I can't thank Tom Bond, TMC3, the project as a whole, Cynthia for bringing everybody together, and of course Argentina for keeping that effort going. But as well, you know, you've got to have a Cynthia Booker to link everything together, and certainly Veronica Reyna and Impact Stone to be that firm that bids, that continues to propose, that never stops. As she said, don't ever stop. Keep your feet moving. So we thank all of our success team. It was a team approach, as you saw. And we thank all of you for joining us today. We will see you on April 27th. And of course, you'll be hearing from us in between that time. And thanks to all our presenters. As you know, most all of them, half of them were already advocates of the year at some point over the years. And so we appreciate their continued effort in small and minority business development. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next month. Take care.